This is the most important casting they cannot get wrong for Sunrise on the Reaping. Are you here? Are you tuned in? It is... Hello there, my bookish besties. Welcome back to my channel. Before we start, I just want to say thank you to all of my new friends that are here saying hi. I have a goal of hitting 500 subscribers by summer, and you guys have been so amazing and already gotten me to 300 in just the first couple months that I've been doing this. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here. But please hit that subscribe button. Let's be friends, you know? Let's be friends. Let's chit chat. Let's yap. Let's talk, because this is my favorite subject to talk about. I have other favorite subjects, but this is definitely one of them, hence I have an entire channel dedicated to it. Anyway, this is not what you guys are here for. You guys are here to talk about the Sunrise on the Reaping cast rumors and also fan cast from the internet. Now that we officially have the book by Suzanne Collins, it's been out for about a month now. Hopefully you've all gotten the chance to read it. If not actually read it, we've started it, or at least put it on our TBR. But we have the movie coming out November 20th of 2026. It's so close, but yet so far. There have been so many rumors popping out here and there about who's gonna play who. So let's talk about a couple of them, but also, more importantly, let's fan cast. Who should play these beloved characters? I already have a video out around President Snow and Haymitch. You guys can go back to my channel. You guys can find that video in particular. I will not be talking about those casts in this video. I'm going to move to some of the other major and minor characters. There is going to be spoilers about Sunrise on the Reaping in this video, particularly around the characters and how the characters relate to each other. So if you haven't read the book yet, by all means, save this video, come back when it's done. Or if you don't care about knowing the characters in the movie, by all means, keep on watching. But go ahead, get all comfy, grab your blanket. Oh, that just fell. You know, it's a vibe, it's a look, it's a style. Grab your little drink of choice and let's get started, y'all. Okay, diving right on in. Like I said, for President Snow and Haymitch, I have another video you guys can go check out on my channel. So I'm gonna jump right on into Plutarch Heavenspeed. Plutarch in Sunrise on the Reaping is, I would guess, probably mid to late 20s based on the timeline. We already have a cast rumor going around, reportedly, allegedly, of Jesse Plemons to play our Plutarch. I think this is a really, really great casting choice. Phenomenal in Breaking Bad, phenomenal actor. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this rumor. But there are some other options, some other names I'd like to throw out on the table. For example, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Kit Connor, and most importantly, Cooper Hoffman. How beautiful would it be to have Cooper step in and reprise his father's role? Oh my gosh, I would be crying. I would be in tears. I completely understand on Cooper's behalf that this is not something that he's interested in or even wants to do, but I think he would do a phenomenal job. I think it'd be a really, really sweet way to connect with his dad in this way and share, you know, this really amazing character that means so much to so many people. It would be amazing. I understand if he doesn't want to or, you know, physically can't. I still think that Jesse Plemons is going to do a phenomenal job as our Plutarch if this rumor turns out to be true. Caesar Flickerman, our host of the Hunger Games. He's now been doing this for so long. It's really unclear when the torch was passed from Lucky to Caesar. We know that Caesar is the announcer for the 75th and 74th Hunger Games, so he's been doing it at least 25 years after this. I would assume somewhere late 20s, early to mid 30s-ish time frame. But again, in the capital, there's so much surgery, so much prosthetics that are made, you don't really know how old somebody is. So Stanley Tucci, when he played the role back in, you know, the early to late 2000s, 2010s, he could have been a lot older than he was portraying, because capital aging is weird with surgery. But we have Kieran Culkin, rumored, supposedly, allegedly being our Caesar Flickerman. How do you feel about this? Me personally, I don't know if he gives off that same energy that Stanley Tucci did, but he's a great actor, so I want to give it to him. Granted, every time I see this man, I only think of that scene in Home Alone when he is the little cousin of Kevin McAllister and he drinks soda and he pees and he's drinking a soda and looks at Kevin and just you know, that smile. That's all I can picture when I see this man. And I know he's done so many other things and literally was nominated for an Oscar. He's done so many things. Caesar? Alternatively, we could just get Stanley Tucci. That's my bet. I don't know anyone else that could match Stanley Tucci's level of energy when he was delivering Caesar. He was the perfect Caesar. He was the perfect Caesar. And like I said, the capital aging is weird because they have surgery. So maybe Caesar got like really old and then got a lot of surgery to like make him young again. We can make that canon. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've also seen Michael Longfellow's name thrown out here. He's a comedian from SNL and he's phenomenal and he's really funny. But again, I don't know if he captures that same energy, that Stanley Tucci, Caesar Flickerman energy. I'm expectantly awaiting, maybe that's the good adjectives here to use, how this turns out. Let me know your thoughts. Any other names to throw out here for Caesar Flickerman? I saw someone say Kit Connor instead of Plutarch Caesar. You know, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, our first new character on the board, Drusilla. Drusilla is literally the Effie trinket for Haymitch, essentially that capital representative to introduce him to the ways of the capital. She's old, she's snooty, she is really mean, and most importantly, she has like every stereotypical thought a capital citizen has for the districts. Casted rumor, Emma Thompson. I think she's gonna kill it. I think she'll do a great job. It'll be very, very similar to the work she did in Cruella for, Cruella de Vil. Like, it'd be very, very similar. I think she'd really hone into that. There's other options. I'd like to see is Drusilla. And to me, this is a great moment to really use like a big star name and like throw an A-lister in there if you don't mind. Because it's such like a minor role in the grand scheme of things, I don't mind doing like big name here. Some other names I had on my personal list. Number 1, Helena Bonham Carter. Bellatrix Lestrange, are you kidding me? She would bring the most chaotic energy to our Drusilla and it would be so, so good. I've also seen Lucy Punch. I think she would be absolutely phenomenal. And just for grins and gigs, Jennifer Coolidge. Can you imagine Jennifer Coolidge insulting Maysilee, going back and forth? I would pay so much money to see that. She wouldn't have to change her accent. Her accent could be the capital accent. It would work so well, guys, just hear me out. For another rumored cast, we have a supposedly casted our Effie Trinket. Effie Trinket is probably, again, in her early to mid-20s around this point. They talk about her being like the social chair at her university. So we know that she's a little bit older than Haymitch. So she still has like 25 years to go until she's seen in the 74th and 75th Hunger Games. So again, I would say probably early 20s, if anything. Elle Fanning is the rumored cast for our Effie. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Whoever is casting has seen The Great because she was great in The Great. She wasn't on my dream cast list, but like, yeah, I vibe. I think she will do a phenomenal job as a younger Effie Trinket. Some other names I will kind of throw out to you guys. Take as you will. Hannah Dodds, our girlie from Bridgerton. Isabel May. Christine Fresseth. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And my personal favorite is Catherine Newton. I feel like I desperately need Catherine Newton in this movie somehow, some way. And I think, because she's a little bit on the older side, Effie would have been so, so good for her. But I'm not upset about Elle Fanning. I think Elle would do such a great job. Again, let me know, thoughts below. Okay, we're moving right along to some of our characters that aren't really considered like those main characters of this book. We're going to talk about some tributes, talk about some victors, talk about some people in District 12. So let's go ahead, let's strap in. These are all fan casts. There's no rumored cast out just quite yet. And personally, I would love a lot of no names for the following people. So stick around, stick with me. Let's start with Leonore Dove, obviously. So Leonore Dove, as we know, she's from Appalachia. She's part of the Covey. She travels around. And there's a very distinct description about people from District 12, specifically the Seam. I do not think we're going to get a Seam book accurate description of Haymitch because it has to match Woody Harrelson in the movie. But we can get a book accurate description of Leonore Dove. Leonore Dove, olive skin. She has dark hair with a hint of orange in the sunlight. That is important because she, in my vision, is not a full ginger. I've seen a lot of fan casts out here with Sadie Sink, and I'm like, that's not Leonore. That's not. I love Sadie. I think she would do a great job, but that's not Leonore Dove. A twinge of red in her hair. So I've got some other names here for you to peruse. Mackenzie Foy, Storm Reed, Bailey Bass, and Lola Tongue. I actually really love the idea of Lola in this role. She just came off of Broadway in Hadestown. I think she would do a phenomenal job. She's got that little twinge of red in her hair. She's gorgeous. Like, I can see our young Haymitch being like in love infatuated with our Lola. She is a bit of a bigger name than, you know, what I just stated about wanting no names and just new discoverables for this cast, but I'm good with Lola. She hasn't really done like a big giant feature film yet, so I think this could be her break into movies. But you guys, let me know what you guys think for our Leonore Dove. All right, our sassy, our queen, Maysilee Donner. And as we're going into this, we need to remember that Maysilee is a twin. So are we going to cast two actresses that look similar? Or are we going to pull a Lindsay Lohan moment of the Parent Trap and just same actress does both roles? Because there is that very important moment in Sunrise on the Reaping when Haymitch sees Maysilee and calls her Maysilee. So there need to be, identical enough for there to be this set confusion. Here are some names that I have researched and scouted the web. This is also my opinion and also y'all's opinion. So don't come at me, I'm just the messenger. Katherine Newton, like I said, needs to be in this movie somehow, some way. She is 28, so very, very old to be playing a 16-year-old. I'll move right along. She would still do a great job. Jane Widdop is a new name that I haven't really discovered a lot of her work yet, but she really, really encapsulates that part. And then my two favorites, McKenna Grace and Kiernan Shipka. I mean, already, side by side, they look like sisters. Like, I've confused them in movies so many times, and it could go either way, one Maysilee, one Maysilee. I'm good with either. They're both phenomenal actresses. Imagine Kiernan as our Maysilee and then McKenna as our Maysilee. Casting, your job is done. Your job is done. Thank you so much. Here's my paycheck. Right there. They're right there. All right, our Wyatt Callow, our odds maker. Again, he's 18. So I want him to kind of look a little bit older than Haymitch, whether that's just in stature or like physical sides. This man is already in the mines. He's already in the mines when he gets reached. So here's a couple of names that I scounged for and my personal pick. Also, I'm so sorry if I screw up these names. I am no professional name pronuncier. You guys have seen me trying to pronounce things just normally on a day-to-day basis. So like, please bear with me. Zolo Nadunia, Asher Angel, and my personal favorite, Charlie Bushnell. I didn't realize I pictured Wyatt Callow as Charlie Bushnell until I saw this fan cast. And I said, wait a minute, Luke from Percy Jackson? That's our Wyatt. This is our Wyatt. This is our Wyatt. This is our Wyatt. Anyway, hi Wyatt. All right, next with our District 12 tributes, we have our Louella and our Lulu. And the first question to ask is, do we cast the same actress to portray both roles? Or do we cast two actresses that look similar enough to portray each character? I don't know, but here are some great options for our Louella McCoy. Melody Hurd, Amari McCoy, and Brooklyn Price. I'm not familiar with any of their work, so I think we could really play around with these characters. I want a brand new name and a brand new face also, so I'd be completely open to that as well. I think this is a great opportunity for an inspiring actress to get her start with our sweet Louella. All right, jumping into some of our victors, these returning faces that we know and we love, starting with Beetee. Beetee would be in his early 30s at this point. He was reaped on the day Haymitch was born, so he was reaped 16 years prior to this. He's alive 25 years prior to this for the 75th Games, which puts him in his early 30s-ish. So here are some actors to betray Beetee. Charles Michael Davis, William Jackson Harper, Aldous Hodge, and my two personal favorites, Justice Smith and Corbin Bleu. Corbin Blue's a wild card, but like, hear me out. Hear me out. He could do it. He could do it. Again, I'm not 100% on any of these names. These are names I scoured from the internet, but you guys let me know which one is our Beetee. When it comes to Iris, we have to remember that she won the games the year prior. She is maybe 17, 18 years old coaching Haymitch, so the actress that portrays Iris needs to look that. Maybe a little bit worn because the trauma of experiencing what she went through like aged her, but we don't need some 29-year-old woman playing Iris. We need an actress that acts that age. So my contenders I've seen that I really like, Jenna Ortega, like low-key here for it. I'm low-key here for a Jenna moment. Also, Maya Hawke. Maya Hawke does resemble a younger version of the actress that we got for adult Iris. I think Maya Hawke would do a phenomenal job. She fits that age range might be a little bit older, but she looks young. So I think Maya Hawke would do a phenomenal job as our young Iris. For Mags, remember that Mags won the 10th game, so she was probably like 16. That's my average age. Around the 10th games, add 40 years, right? 16, 10th games, add 40 years. It's the 50th games. That's math. So she's 56. So she's early to mid 50s right now. So here are some actresses for our sweet Mags, keeping in mind to age into the beautiful actress that portrays her in Catching Fire. We have Ellen Pameo. Let's get her out of the hospital and let's get her in Hunger Games. Carrie Russell, Natasha Lyonne, Diane Lane, and a wild card, Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder would fit in this genre so well, and I feel like she's just collecting these sci-fi fantasy genres, and she would complete her collection with this dystopian fantasy. I'm just saying. Some of these fan casts for Mango Stiff, who is the stylist who is obsessed with reptiles and casually licks toads. We just kind of blew past that in Sunrise, but that's insane. Great opportunity for a stunt cast cameo moment here, because he's very rarely seen. That's the whole gimmick. He doesn't show up. That's why Effie has to come in. I have two names that are equally unhinged, and I love them. Imagine. So actually, no, I have 3 names. I have 3 names here. Keeping in mind this is a cameo styled role, so really leaning on those big names. Number 1, William Dafoe. Imagine this man using a snake as an accessory, a turtle as a belt buckle, just casually licking toads. He would. Look at his face. Tell me he wouldn't. Number 2, Jeff Goldblum. The chaotic energy that man radiates, Jeff Goldblum would kill a Mango Stiff role. And my last one, like I said, this is unhinged, this is dreamworld, this is fantasy, but it would add to one of my favorite genres of movies, Surprise Matt Damon. Surprise Matt Damon is Mango Stiff. Someone who just pops in for a scene or two and is notoriously known for not showing up until like, boom, there he is. Surprise, it's Matt Damon. That last one's more of a joke. I'm really here for like the first 2 options of William Dafoe or Jeff Goldblum, but I'm allowed to be funny, I'm allowed to kid, I'm allowed to throw some little movie trivia in here. And lastly, let's talk about Astrid and Burdock. I've seen Jacob Tremblay for a young Burdock. I don't really know a lot of his work, so I feel like this is a good sub role for him. And when it comes to Astrid, Willow Shields, bring her back. Let's bring back Prim. Can you imagine getting the actress for Prim to come back and play her mom in the prequel? She's probably a little old now, but I'm just sitting in it, thinking about it. I'm not too particular on these 2 characters, but a girl can hope and dream. And finally in my dream cast of Sunrise on the Reaping, this is the most important part. This is the most important casting they cannot get wrong for Sunrise on the Reaping. Are you here? Are you tuned in? It is Woody Harrelson as adult Haymitch, Jennifer Lawrence as adult Katniss, and Josh Hutcherson as adult Beetee. We need the epilogue scene. We need the epilogue scene with the original actors. Please, I am begging all the forces that be, make this happen. Let me know in the comments below your dream fan cast for Sunrise on the Reaping. I went through a lot of characters, but there's still so many characters to go. I haven't even talked about Ampert. I haven't talked about Welly or the other tributes in the arena. I would love to know your thoughts. Are there any other names you'd like to throw into the pot? Plus, we have the rumored already cast characters, Plutarch, Caesar, Effie, and Drusilla. What are your thoughts on them? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I cannot wait to continue to dive into not just Sunrise on the Reaping, but all these other book topics with you guys. And stay tuned to this channel. Anytime there is news on this movie, you can count on me, not just to announce it, but also to yap about it, because you know we're gonna have things to say. So please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share this channel with your friends who also need an outlet to talk about their books and all their favorite bookish subjects. I'm here. I am your girl. And on that note, everyone, please continue to have a wonderful rest of your day, assuming the time of day you're watching this. Maybe it's middle of the night. In that case, have a good night's sleep. And as always, y'all, happy reading.